Welcome. We are your hosts, Chris and Tammy.
In this podcast, we dive into the mindset for networking strategies and skills you'll need to build a solid foundation to build a global business.
We've built a multi-million-dollar business and have mentored thousands of people around the globe in the last 25 years.
It's about connection. And that's the one thing that we all want to master is that connection, especially when you're not belly to belly with people on social media. People want to know. That's why you've got the stories that are going on where people are posting the things that they're up to on a daily basis. So people get to know you. They get to know what you like. They get to know what you're passionate about. And that's why this storytelling, creating, crafting, designing your own story is really, really important. And the more stories that you have being shared, the more successful everybody's going to become, whether it's they're meeting people in person or they're on social media. I mean, this is the foundation. It's the fundamental is the storytelling. People come into this business because of this.
There's really four components. One is your background, where you come from, the pain. Number two is in other words, what you did not like about the background, what's going on. Number three is to find your solution. What is it that you have found that has caused your situation to improve? And now how do you feel about the future?
And as leaders, we're constantly out there sharing stories. And so there's always opportunity to tell stories. And that's why we want to really help people master this process.
So let's get into the nuts and bolts when it comes to the timing and everything else, when it comes to the timing for your story.
So you want to have the layout of the formula is before you do 60 seconds. And you're going to practice doing that for sure. And then that pivot, what happened for you to make a decision to join Max as a business? What happened for you that made you decide to start these products, and what happened in the process for you? And then, of course, now that you've been on these products, here's what's happening in your life. And that's what people want to hear. So it's going to have the same guidelines. So one is your pain. What was your pain? And use word pictures when you talk to people. When you use descriptive words where people can relate, you've got their attention. And that's the whole purpose, is to capture people's attention. And then, of course, number two, what did it cost you? What was that relational cost of that situation that happened for you that really brought you down? What happened for you in that time? And then number four is, what did you get back? What happened? What was the restoration and your new reality on the contrast of the items 1 and 2? And that's the formula.
I think what's very important when you're sharing your story, again, just remember the protocol where how it was, the pain that you were dealing with on how it was, what you found, and how does the future look like.
And if you're new, don't worry if you don't have your financial story, or if you've been in for a while and you haven't really taken off with the business. Don't worry about it. You know, the one thing that I personally did when I didn't have a business story, when I was new in the industry, I told my leader's story. I always told their story because I knew I didn't have my own. And you know what? It worked. It's to get comfortable just connecting with people. Again, you know, if you're new at doing all of this, just get comfortable smiling at people, making that small conversation and see where it goes, because you just never know where conversations go. You just don't. I mean, I have conversations all the time with people, and people just open up. People are generally quite friendly when they feel like that you're very approachable. So that's the key is to go out there and build new friendships, and you just never know where it's going to lead you.
The fact here, folks, is your story is very important, and everything that your story doesn't matter, or it's not important, or you're not impactful enough. Don't think that way. The fact here is your story matters, and the more you tell it, the better you become in telling it, and the more effective you become in telling it. Okay, folks, so that's it for tonight. Thank you for attending. Have a good one.